So what are some key takeaways from Jerome Powell's Fed speech today? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky, and I really hope that you learned something new. If you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. With that being said, Jerome Powell spoke today, and I would encourage you to watch the video that pretty much summarizes his overall economic outlook. The big focus was to get a better understanding of how Jerome Powell, who is the head of the Federal Reserve, expresses the urgency to continue to cut interest rates. For those that are not aware, the Federal Reserve recently pivoted. They just recently started to cut interest rates, which means that, technically speaking, it should be less expensive to borrow money, therefore boosting our economy. And this was just done 2 weeks ago, right? September 18th, if we want to call that almost 2 weeks. But again, for those that did not know, Powell indicates further smaller rate cuts, insists that the Fed is not on any preset course. Fed Chair Jerome Powell, again, who's the head of the Federal Reserve, on Monday said that the recent 0.5% point interest rate cut should not be interpreted as that the future holds more aggressive moves like that. So this was the biggest takeaway that I would say is, again, for the next time that the Federal Reserve was going to meet, we understood that in 2024, there was another 50 basis points that the Federal Reserve expected to cut by the end of 2024. We didn't know if that was going to come all in a lump sum in one meeting or in smaller sums, 25 basis points in two separate meetings. And it sounds like from what he expressed today, it said Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said Monday that the recent half percentage point interest rate cut shouldn't be interpreted as a sign of future moves that will be as aggressive. In fact, indicating that moves will be smaller. And I think that's one of the biggest takeaways. That might have been why we saw such a significant sell-off once this meeting started. So you guys could see that when he began to speak, which was right around 1:55 Eastern Standard Time, so almost about 2 hours before the market closed, which is right around this general time, we began to indicate some fluctuation here, right as he began to speak. And then the NASDAQ market saw an aggressive sell-off. And it wasn't just the NASDAQ market. If you look at the S&P 500, we saw a quick little sell-off and then a quick, nice recovery. And then we rallied into the close. It doesn't really surprise me. It's the last trading day of the month. So therefore, I'm sure that the market wanted to end higher. With that being said, how will the markets continue, right? On the 4-hour time frame, overall markets are still incredibly bullish, holding above EMA, holding above the moving average, and the same thing for QQQ, holding above the EMA, holding above the moving average, but we are overbought. So that is going to be my big focus for the next few days. If you tune on into my live trading session tomorrow, first off, it's the second link in the description down below to tune on in. That's going to be what I'm going to pay attention to. Are we going to continue to show progress above this EMA, showing signs that the bulls are still in control? Or did we push up enough? Just like last time, we pushed up enough, we become overbought, we trade sideways, and then we get rejected for a nice little pullback. This isn't a crash. It's not what I'm expecting. But again, just like any nice rally, when it begins to consolidate and lack progress, we've kind of been forming these like lower highs and lower lows. So if we do begin to get rejected, could we retrace back maybe to 470? A nice little pullback wouldn't hurt anyone, and it would be a great way to be able to make money short and then also better position myself for a potential long position if I see the markets to begin to recover. So again, a nice ascending channel, a nice descending channel, a nice ascending channel, and that's what I'm beginning to look out for. A possible descending channel that gives us confirmation that we are going to enter a nice little pullback, and again, a nice little way to be able to make money and better position ourselves for a long trade. Other than that, again, it was pretty straightforward. The only other thing that I wanted to make sure that you were aware of is they said that they're going to be taking things meeting by meeting. They are in no preset course where they feel that they need to cut interest rates every single meeting that they meet. As long as economic data supports it, they will do it. They believe that they have inflation under control. They believe that they have the labor market under control. For those that do not know, the job openings, the JOLTS report is tomorrow. And this is going to be 30 minutes after the market opens. If you're part of my LPP group, we will be covering this live in tomorrow's live trading session right at market open, into the jolts, and again, see how the markets react. And that's one of the things, again, if you're an absolute beginner, I don't send signals. I don't tell people where to buy or sell. I've never done that. I will never do that. So if that's what you're looking for, LPP is not for you. But if you are someone that wants to really dive into this market, you want to do this every day, that's exactly what I do. I go live every day right at market open for about 30 minutes to an hour. And we have a good group of people that tune on in. We ask open-ended questions. We give open-ended answers, and we share our thought process behind every trade we take, both good and bad, right? And if, again, you learn best by watching other people do, then I think these live trading sessions can be very useful for you. But I do want to remind you that our price will be going up tomorrow, October 1st. So if you want to get in for the best price, it's the second link in the description down below. And you do have to sign up by tonight at midnight before prices jump. Again, it's a one-time payment, lifetime access. So by signing up, you get grandfathered in and you don't have to worry about if the price increases. That's for anyone that signs up after you. So again, if you have any questions, comment down below. I hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.